Then welcome to the working group meeting. So far, we do not have too much on the agenda. Maybe the items from last time, but there are no big updates. Yeah, V2 is now disabled for the full CF deployment validation pipeline. So it's disabled on all in test environments, and well, there were no problems whatsoever. Backup and Bosch backup and restore deployment and tests also work fine, so they didn't use V2. Maybe we should have mentioned this in the release notes, that this is now one of the first releases tested entirely without.
We could edit.
Am I sharing? Oh, sorry, I didn't share. Yes, Stefan?
We can edit. I put a statement into this V2 removal tracking issue. Let me search it. And I mean, the release notes can be changed, right?
Yes, we
at
can
any
add
point
a
in time.
hint,
Yeah. So
that it's now
just it's more an information. It is nothing.
It's just an information. Yes.
Yeah. So I have put a sentence into where's the chat?
In the chat.
Yep, this issue, and I wrote that.
Yeah. Okay.
Then maybe as a heads up, we discussed it a little bit in the ARI working group meeting. The next step for CF deployment would be to disable V2 by default. And we envisioned that we will do that beginning of next year. And talk about this plan also upfront with all the working group leads, at least because they may consume the development builds in their own pipelines. For instance, in the CAPI validation pipeline uses a recent CF deployment version, I think, from the develop branch, and then updates only the CAPI version. And if suddenly V2 disappears, it may happen that certain tests fail, for instance, on Go Router or on Diego or whatever. So I haven't written it down. I will first write an internal story and then think about how to roll it out. I guess it will work like this, that we add a new operations file and non-experimental, a standard operations file that switches on V2. Would be today a no-op, of course, because it is switched on. And once we have that, we would then in let's say the first or second version in 25, change the default for this parameter in CAPI. That is a silent change. And when this version, CAPI version, goes into CF deployment, the idea would be to cut a new major release and then also write a big statement in colors and bold and whatever that this V2 is now disabled and you need to apply the following ops file to re-enable it. That's the idea.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So that means sooner or later, or soon, we will change the default value of this temporary enable V2 flag in CAPI release, and yeah, create a major CF deployment release. But technically, most of the work is done for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and CF
Just
deployment
about the correct rollout process.
Right. Nothing.
Yeah.
No change is expected besides this one operations file. But yeah, I guess I will file a PR sooner or later. It's not that complex.
Yep. Okay, fine. backup and recovery tests seem to be fixed now. So Amelia thankfully quickly created a new release of SMB with the fixed metadata. So that should be now really fine. It's green so far. This is good. And I removed one inactive user, Jim Connor. So he said he was happy to be released because he's been inactive for quite some time and probably busy with something else. So, okay, that is also merged. Good. Now what's new? We have a problem with the Windows stem cell. I checked before the meeting, but I couldn't find an issue where this is tracked, only the Slack conversation. So what we did as a remediation, we rolled back manually to version 78 because 79 doesn't work. Something with the root FS not being unpacked. And we've also paused the update Windows stem cell job for now. Yeah. Okay, so here we have to wait for a fix. Also, the UAA release, this update is also on hold. Markus Strehle contacted us and said that they are still validating a bigger SAML change and do not yet want to integrate the latest version into the CF deployment. So for now, we stay with 77.20 and we should cut a release with this UAA version and then wait for the okay from Markus to, and then we can unpause the update UAA release job again. I don't know what exactly they are doing, but yeah, it's something that needs a bit more thorough testing. Okay, the final topic for today is the Concourse worker crashes. So this morning we again had a problem that several jobs turned orange because one of the Concourse workers suddenly crashed. There were 4 jobs started on this particular worker. I don't know why it wasn't distributed a bit more among the, I think we have 7 other workers. Yeah, and then this crashed with an out of memory error. And the bad thing is that then some bubble up states were not saved. And yeah, thanks Aftab for fixing this. So you had to release some, we had to release some logs manually and recreate some bubble environments, and yeah, then everything worked again. So follow up, Aftab and me are working on a small fix that allows us to configure the memory size of the workers. It's currently half a gigabyte, which does not seem to be enough. So we are trying to increase this. And yeah, midterm, we should also update our concourses. This is not the late 790, is not the latest version anymore, but I think Oliver already has planned a story for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good. And tomorrow we try to increase the memory size of the workers and see if that helps. Yeah. Yeah, we see the same on the application runtime interfaces concourse, and yeah, maybe we can apply the same fix there when it works for us. Okay. Any other business?
Not from my side.
Okay. Yes, we are waiting for the noble stem cell validation. Oliver has planned a story for that, and as I understand, you would begin next sprint with setting up a pipeline, right?
Yes, actually, this sprint.
Or this sprint, yeah,
12B. Yeah, prioritized in this sprint. So yeah, we have the story and
yeah.
Yeah,
good, because the Bosch or the Foundational Infrastructures Working Group has started to ask for feedback. Reminded us that they have released the beta and are waiting for a validation.
Maybe just one quick
Yeah.
PR we should mention for the Czech stem cell version.
Yes.
That at least it may be reviewed by the community. If it's accepted, I mean, there are multiple ways to handle this one, but in the end, we should make sure that we didn't break stuff, but nevertheless,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so Aftab has refactored the Czech stem cell task. So this one is used in the ship it jobs to ensure that the stem cell version is consistent in the main and release candidate branch, because it could quickly advance on the main branch because we have this fast lane release job, and we need the same to check the stem cell version between, was it develop and main?
Yes.
During the validation. And yeah, Aftab has refactored this Concourse tasks so that we can use it for both jobs. So you can use it to compare main to either a release candidate or develop, depending on where you are in the validation, and the task will then tell you if the stem cell version is consistent or not. Yeah. Okay, but this could, is it now breaking? It's breaking because the name changed, right?
For the runtime CI, yes, but the task name changes.
The name changes, yes. Okay, so if someone uses this in Concourse and gets the new version of Runtime CI, this would be a breaking change. But according to our investigations, we are the only ones who use this task because we are the only ones who have this very special scenario. Yeah, so Runtime CI is used in other working groups. ARI, for example, contains many tasks, but this particular task should only be used by us. But still, okay, let's give the community a chance to review. Who is reviewers? Okay, we can add a few more people, and yeah, but yeah, okay. I mean, I can already approve it, but let's wait 1 or 2 days. Okay. Good. Anything else?
No, thanks.
Okay, good. Then we are done for today. Thanks for attending and have a nice evening.
You too. Thanks a
for
lot.
you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.